Welcome to Health Education, your trusted source for powerful tips to keep your body and mind healthy as you age. Today's video is one that every senior, and every family member of a senior, needs to watch carefully. As a brain doctor, I see firsthand how strokes can change lives in an instant. What shocks me the most is that there's a very common nightly habit that millions of people do without realizing it can raise their stroke risk overnight. This habit seems so harmless that most people don't even think twice about it, but research shows that it can quietly increase blood pressure, strain the arteries, and trigger dangerous changes in the brain while you sleep. Strokes are one of the leading causes of disability and death worldwide. But what many people don't know is that most strokes are preventable. By understanding what we do before going to bed and making a few simple lifestyle changes, we can protect our brain and dramatically lower the risk. In this video, I will explain the surprising habit that could be putting you in danger every single night, why it's especially risky for seniors, and the exact steps you can take right now to keep your brain safe. Make sure you watch this video until the very end because what you're about to learn could save your life or the life of someone you love. If you care about your health and want to stay strong, active, and mentally sharp as you age, hit the like button, subscribe to Health Education, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our life-changing tips for senior health. As a brain doctor who has spent years studying the impact of lifestyle habits on brain health, I am constantly amazed by how simple daily choices can have a massive effect on the risk of stroke. What shocks me most is that there is one particular habit, something many people do without even realizing it, that can dramatically increase the chance of having a stroke overnight. When I first discovered the research behind this, I couldn't believe how dangerous it could be, especially for seniors. Strokes can happen suddenly, and the damage they cause to the brain can be life-changing or even life-threatening. That is why it's so important to understand what we do before going to bed and how it can either protect or harm our brain health. Imagine this. You finish your dinner, maybe have a late-night snack, watch a bit of television, and then head to bed. It feels like just another ordinary night. But what if I told you that one simple habit during these hours could silently increase your risk of a stroke while you sleep? This habit is so common that millions of seniors do it every day, thinking it is harmless. But the truth is that it can cause sudden spikes in blood pressure, affect your blood vessels, and make it more likely for a clot to form in your brain. And the worst part? Many people don't realize they are putting themselves in danger. Strokes happen when blood flow to part of the brain is blocked or when a blood vessel bursts. The brain needs a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients, and any interruption can lead to severe damage. Seniors are already at higher risk due to age-related changes in the blood vessels, so understanding and avoiding risky habits is absolutely crucial. The specific habit that raises stroke risk overnight is going to bed with very high blood pressure caused by late-night heavy eating, excessive salt intake, and sometimes even alcohol consumption just before sleeping. When you combine these factors, your blood pressure can spike during the night, putting enormous stress on your arteries and brain. Research shows that when you eat a heavy meal late in the evening, especially foods that are high in sodium, your body retains more fluid. This increases the volume of blood circulating through your system, which in turn raises blood pressure. The heart has to pump harder, and the fragile blood vessels in the brain can be put under serious strain. If a vessel is weak, this sudden pressure can lead to it rupturing. On the other hand, if a clot forms in one of these vessels, it can block the blood flow to a part of the brain. Both of these situations can cause a stroke. Many seniors also enjoy a nightcap or a glass of wine before bed. While moderate alcohol use might not seem harmful, drinking close to bedtime can actually increase blood pressure and interfere with your body's natural blood pressure regulation during sleep. Alcohol also affects blood clotting, making the risk of stroke even higher. Another factor that adds to the danger is lying flat right after a big meal. When you go to bed, digestion slows down, and this can lead to spikes in blood sugar and blood lipids, which in turn can damage the blood vessels over time. What makes this so concerning is that many people think having a late meal is harmless. After all, you've been eating your whole life without issue, right? But as we age, the blood vessels become less flexible. Plaque can build up inside them, narrowing the passageways. High blood pressure on top of these changes can be catastrophic. Seniors with conditions like diabetes, high cholesterol, or atrial fibrillation are at even greater risk. That is why doctors always emphasize controlling blood pressure, especially at night. It is not just about one night either. If this habit becomes routine, the repeated stress on your arteries can slowly weaken them. You might not feel any symptoms, but inside your body, dangerous changes are happening. One day, all it takes is a sudden surge in blood pressure, and a stroke can occur without warning. Studies have shown that strokes often happen early in the morning, shortly after waking up. This is partly because blood pressure tends to rise naturally when you wake up. But if you already went to bed with high blood pressure from heavy eating, salty snacks, or alcohol, you are adding even more risk to that morning surge. The good news is that by making simple changes, you can dramatically reduce your chances of having a stroke. For example, try to have your last meal at least 3 hours before bedtime. Choose lighter, healthier foods in the evening, and avoid salty snacks or processed foods late at night. If you enjoy alcohol, limit it and have it earlier in the day instead of just before going to sleep. Keep an eye on your blood pressure regularly, especially if you are over 60. Many people don't even realize they have high nighttime blood pressure until something serious happens. That is why it's so important to track it at home. For seniors, even small lifestyle changes can make a huge difference. Instead of lying down right after eating, take a gentle walk around your home to help digestion. Make sure your evening routine is calm and relaxing. Stress and poor sleep can also raise blood pressure and increase stroke risk. Simple breathing exercises, meditation, or listening to soothing music before bed can help keep your blood pressure stable. These small steps might seem minor, but together they create powerful protection for your brain and heart. When I see patients who have suffered a stroke, so many of them say they never thought it could happen to them. They felt healthy, they were active, and they believed that one late meal or one drink at night wouldn't matter. But the brain is incredibly sensitive to changes in blood flow. A single clot or burst vessel can change everything in an instant. That is why prevention is so important. The key is not just treating high blood pressure but avoiding the habits that make it worse, especially at night when your body is supposed to be resting and repairing itself. Ask ChatGPT. Another thing I have noticed as a brain doctor is that many seniors underestimate the impact of dehydration on their stroke risk. Going to bed dehydrated can make the blood thicker, which increases the chances of clot formation. If you also combine this with high blood pressure from late eating or drinking, the risk becomes even greater. Drinking enough water throughout the day and having a small glass of water an hour or two before bedtime can help keep the blood thinner and flowing more easily. However, it is also important not to drink a large amount of water right before sleeping because that can lead to frequent trips to the bathroom, disturbing sleep and raising blood pressure during the night. Sleep itself plays a vital role in brain health. Poor or insufficient sleep raises stress hormones such as cortisol, which in turn raises blood pressure. People who stay up late watching television or using their phones may fall into the habit of snacking late at night. Not only does this lead to weight gain, but it also triggers the same blood pressure spikes that can harm the arteries in the brain. A healthy sleep routine means going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, avoiding screens at least an hour before bedtime, and creating a calm and dark sleeping environment. Seniors who sleep poorly are at higher risk of stroke and dementia, which is why maintaining good sleep hygiene is so crucial. We also have to talk about another silent danger: obstructive sleep apnea. Many seniors snore loudly and sometimes stop breathing for short periods during sleep. This condition causes drops in oxygen levels and sudden surges in blood pressure during the night. Over time, this damages the blood vessels and dramatically raises the risk of stroke. If you or your partner notices loud snoring, choking sounds, or pauses in breathing during sleep, it is important to get evaluated by a doctor. Treating sleep apnea with lifestyle changes or using a CPAP machine can greatly reduce stroke risk. Now let's consider the role of diet in more detail. The foods you eat at night matter just as much as the timing. Processed foods like chips, instant noodles, canned soups, and frozen dinners are often loaded with sodium. High sodium intake causes your body to hold on to water, raising blood volume and blood pressure. Many seniors believe that just avoiding adding extra salt to their meals is enough, but the truth is that most salt comes from processed foods, not the salt shaker. Choosing fresh vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins for dinner can make a huge difference. Meals rich in potassium, such as bananas, spinach, and sweet potatoes, help balance sodium levels and relax blood vessels, lowering blood pressure naturally. Another food-related factor that many seniors overlook is sugar. Late-night desserts or sweet drinks can lead to rapid spikes in blood sugar. Over time, this damages the inner lining of blood vessels and makes plaque buildup more likely. When plaque forms inside arteries, it narrows them and increases the chances of a clot forming and causing a stroke. Seniors with diabetes need to be especially cautious about blood sugar control at night. Avoiding sugary snacks after dinner can prevent these harmful spikes. It is also important to maintain a healthy weight. Extra body fat, especially around the abdomen, increases inflammation and puts more strain on the heart and blood vessels. Many seniors believe it is too late to lose weight, but even losing just 5 or 10 pounds can significantly lower blood pressure and stroke risk. Simple changes, like eating smaller portions, avoiding late-night snacks, and being more active during the day, can have a powerful impact over time. Physical activity is one of the best ways to protect the brain. Regular exercise improves blood flow, strengthens the heart, and lowers blood pressure. Seniors who walk, swim, or do light strength training have a much lower risk of stroke compared to those who are sedentary. The key is consistency. You don't need to spend hours in the gym. A 20 to 30-minute brisk walk most days of the week can do wonders. Gentle stretching and balance exercises before bed can also help relax the body, improve sleep, and reduce nighttime blood pressure spikes. Another important factor is stress management. Chronic stress keeps the body in a constant state of alert, raising blood pressure and damaging blood vessels over time. Seniors often experience stress from health concerns, loneliness, or financial issues. Finding healthy ways to manage stress is crucial. Deep breathing exercises, yoga, meditation, or even spending time with loved ones can reduce stress levels. Hobbies like gardening, painting, or reading can also provide a calming effect that benefits brain health. Medications can also influence nighttime blood pressure and stroke risk. Some seniors take blood pressure medication only in the morning, which might leave their blood pressure higher at night. In certain cases, doctors recommend adjusting the timing of medication to better control nighttime blood pressure. This is why regular checkups and honest conversations with your healthcare provider are so important. Never stop or change medications on your own, but always ask your doctor if you suspect that your blood pressure is not well controlled at night. As we age, it becomes more important to get regular checkups for blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. High cholesterol can lead to plaque buildup in the arteries, narrowing them and increasing stroke risk. High blood sugar damages the blood vessel walls, making them more prone to rupture. By staying on top of these numbers, seniors can take action early and prevent serious complications. Remember that stroke is largely preventable. Research shows that up to 80% of strokes could be avoided with the right lifestyle changes and medical care. One of the most powerful things seniors can do to protect their brain is to build a consistent daily routine that supports healthy blood pressure and strong blood vessels. Waking up, eating meals, exercising, and sleeping at roughly the same times each day helps the body regulate hormones and blood pressure more effectively. Irregular schedules, especially staying up late or skipping meals, can throw off this balance and increase the risk of strokes. Consistency is key because the body thrives when it knows what to expect. Another area that deserves attention is hydration throughout the day. Many seniors drink less water to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom, but chronic dehydration makes the blood thicker, increases clotting risk, and strains the heart. The trick is to sip water regularly during the day rather than drinking large amounts at once. Herbal teas, fruits with high water content like watermelon and oranges, and clear soups can all contribute to hydration without causing discomfort at night. By staying hydrated in the daytime, you reduce the need to drink too much water before bed. It is also worth mentioning the dangers of smoking. Smoking damages the inner lining of the arteries, making it easier for plaque to build up and clots to form. Seniors who quit smoking, even after many years, see rapid improvements in circulation and a lower risk of stroke. If quitting completely feels overwhelming, reducing the number of cigarettes each day is still a positive step forward. Talking to a healthcare provider about quitting aids, counseling, or medications can make the process easier. Caffeine is another factor to watch. While a morning cup of coffee can be safe for most people, drinking caffeinated beverages in the afternoon or evening can raise blood pressure and interfere with sleep. Seniors should try to limit caffeine after 2 p.m. and switch to herbal teas or water later in the day. Good sleep is crucial for maintaining a healthy brain, and cutting out late caffeine is one of the simplest ways to improve sleep quality. Another overlooked factor in stroke prevention is regular medical screening for conditions like atrial fibrillation, a heart rhythm disorder that dramatically increases stroke risk. Atrial fibrillation can cause the heart to beat irregularly, leading to the formation of blood clots that may travel to the brain. Many people with this condition do not feel any symptoms, which is why routine checkups are vital. Detecting and treating atrial fibrillation early can prevent strokes. Let's also talk about medications and supplements. Seniors often take several medications, and some of them can influence blood pressure. For example, decongestants found in cold medicines can raise blood pressure, and certain pain medications like NSAIDs can also have this effect. Even herbal supplements can interfere with prescribed drugs. Always check with your doctor or pharmacist before starting any new medication or supplement. Managing all medications properly is an important part of stroke prevention. Managing chronic conditions like diabetes and high cholesterol is essential as well. High blood sugar can damage small blood vessels in the brain, while high cholesterol can lead to plaque buildup in larger arteries. Seniors should work with their healthcare providers to keep these conditions under control. Simple changes like adjusting diet, increasing physical activity, and taking medications as prescribed can make a huge difference in lowering stroke risk. Emotional well-being also plays a role in brain health. Seniors who feel isolated or lonely may be at higher risk of stroke because loneliness can lead to stress, depression, and unhealthy habits like overeating or lack of activity. Staying socially active, whether through family visits, community activities, or volunteering, can reduce stress and provide a sense of purpose. Even small interactions like phone calls or video chats with loved ones can improve mood and overall health. It is never too late to make positive changes. The brain and blood vessels can respond quickly to healthier habits. Within weeks of eating better, reducing salt, staying active, and managing stress, many people see improvements in blood pressure and overall health. These changes lower the strain on the arteries and reduce the chances of clots or ruptures. Seniors often think that because they are older, the damage is already done. But research shows that stroke risk can be reduced at any age with the right actions. Knowing the warning signs of a stroke is also crucial. Remember the acronym FAST: face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, time to call emergency services. If you or someone you know experiences any of these symptoms, even if they disappear after a few minutes, seek medical help immediately. Acting quickly can prevent permanent brain damage. Some strokes are preceded by mini-strokes called TIAs, which last only a short time. Treating a TIA as a medical emergency can prevent a larger stroke from happening. Regular checkups, blood tests, and screenings can feel like a hassle, but they are one of the best defenses against stroke. Doctors can detect problems early and recommend the right lifestyle changes or medications. Combining medical care with healthy habits provides the strongest protection. For many seniors, understanding that their everyday choices matter can be life-changing. Avoiding late heavy meals, limiting alcohol, staying hydrated, managing stress, and getting good sleep may seem simple, but together they build a powerful defense against strokes. Small, consistent steps are more effective than drastic changes that are hard to maintain. Thank you so much for watching today's video on how a simple nightly habit can silently increase your risk of stroke overnight. Now that you know the truth, it's time to take action. Small, consistent changes in your daily routine can protect your brain, lower your blood pressure, and dramatically reduce the chances of a life-threatening stroke. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. By eating lighter evening meals, avoiding salty and processed foods late at night, limiting alcohol before bedtime, staying hydrated during the day, and creating a calming sleep routine, you can safeguard your brain and enjoy a healthier, longer life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends, especially seniors who could benefit from this life-saving information. Strokes often happen suddenly, but with the right knowledge, you can prevent them. Your support helps us reach more people and continue creating valuable content for senior health. Don't forget to subscribe to Health Education and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our powerful health tips. We upload new videos every week with the latest advice on staying strong, active, and mentally sharp as you age. And if you have any questions or want us to cover a specific topic in our next video, leave a comment below. We love hearing from you. Your health is your greatest gift. Take care of your body, protect your brain, and make the changes today that will benefit you for years to come. Thank you for being part of the Health Education family. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep taking steps toward a better, stronger, and happier you.